Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. This time on the training camp versus, we're going to have James Hurst versus Trevor Penning. Now, somebody's going to have to protect Derek Carr's blind side, and there's going to be two guys fighting for this job. You got Trevor Penning, former first-round pick last year. And then you got James Hurst, a guy that's been in the league for a long time, that's played tackle, that's played guard, 31 years old, full of experience, a guy that's played in over 135 games in his career, started over 80. We're just talking about the differences between the two. Now, we can start with James Hurst. This guy has been available for the Saints. He's been healthy for the Saints, and he was very, very good for the Saints for what they asked him to do. Last season, he started 16 out of 16 games. Only game he didn't start was, end of the season. But he's been very, very reliable, man. He played 98% of the snaps that the Saints asked him to play last year. That is excellent for offensive lineman. The year before, he started 15 out of the 17 games for the Saints. So, man, the last two seasons, he started over 30-plus games for the Saints, played in over 90% of the snaps for the Saints, and has been super solid, if we're being honest. And if you're looking at the pros and cons of this situation, now, honestly, it's a lot of pros. It's a lot of pros. The cons aren't really cons because of the on-the-field play. But we'll start with some of the pros, and it's always, like I said, he's been reliable. He's been healthy. He's a solid tackle in the NFL. No, he won't be a top-tier left tackle for you. No, he won't be, one of those all-pro guys, all-perennial all-pro guys, but he's going to be really, really good. He's not going to be a hole in the defense. He's not going to be getting abused, going to need help every play. He can hold his own out there. He's a really, really solid tackle in this league. He's probably middle of the pack, and I won't be upset if he starts, man. If he starts, that means he earned the job, and we know we're going to get from him. He's reliable. He's going to do his job. Obviously doesn't have the upside of Trevor Penning. I'll just go into the cons. All of cons are, like I said, basically not on the football field related. It's basically you got Trevor Penning, who's a first-round pick. You really don't want Hurst starting over him. In the run game, Penning is definitely better. In the run game, pass game, Hurst probably has the upper hand. We unfortunately didn't get to see a lot of Penning in that pass game last season. But like I said, the cons, man, it's basically he's starting over a first-round pick. That's really the only con. And you're just slowing down the development of a guy that you drafted in the first round. And now we can move on to Trevor Penning, man. First-round pick, number 19 in the draft out of Northern Iowa. A guy that has all the potential in the world, man. We've seen the highlights. We've seen him driving people into the ground. We've seen him playing through the whistle, after the whistle, whatever you want to call it. But the big kid, man, 6'7", 320 pounds, only played 6 games for the Saints, started in one, had an injury-riddled season as a rookie, and that's just unfortunate. A guy that you draft first round, you don't really want them to be injured. You don't want them playing in 6 games. And out of those 6 games he played, in one start, he only played 35% of the snaps he was available for. If you remember, he was coming in on, extra linemen down, so they sanctioned a lot of six lineman sets and things like that. But he needs to be healthy. He needs to be healthy, and unfortunately, we started the first day of OTAs, and he was on the sideline, him and Cesar Ruiz, and that's just not a good start to his second season. Just not a good start. Now, maybe he's healthy right now, and they're just going to take him on slowly just because that's the smart thing to do. It's still May, so you don't want to rush him. But if he was out there 100% able to do everything right now, that'll definitely be a better sign than him sitting on the sideline. And maybe he will. Maybe he will soon. Dennis Allen did say he expects him to be ready for training camp, mini camp, and that's when it matters. When they put them pads on, he's going to need all of the reps he can possibly get. Especially with this newly, constructed defensive line, you can get reps against Cam Jordan. You got rookie Isaiah Foskey. You got Kalen Sanders. You got rookie Brian Bresee. You got so many guys you can get reps against that are pretty good. You're not just going to get Davenport running straight into him anymore. So, man, I would like for Trevor Penning to start. Let me just throw that out there the way right now. I would like for Trevor Penning to start. Why? He was a first-round pick. You don't want year 2 and your first-round pick still can't start. Still can't produce on the field. That's just not going to be a good look. It's going to be a waste of a first-round pick, in my opinion. If he doesn't start this year, it's a waste of a first-round pick. It's just simple as that. I know it's a draft every year. I know they have bust in the first round every year, but I don't care. If your first-round pick, number 19 at that, is not starting by year 2 and he's healthy, then that's a problem. Now, if he's hurt again, that's also another problem. That doesn't mean he's a bust, but that runs into another issue that, these guys can't stay healthy. But, man, Trevor Penning has all the talent in the world, really, really good in the run game, and has the potential to be great in the pass game as well. The job is very much up in the air between these two guys. I know the Saints, they won't come out and say it, but they want Trevor Penning to win this job as well. So does the fans. He just has to win this job, man. As a first-round pick, you have to beat out the vet. But if he doesn't, hey, it is what it is, and he'll be still using those 6 lineman packages. But for me, if I'm predicting, I'm going to say Trevor Penny wins this job just because he has to win this job. The Saints are going to put him in position to win this job, and it's just better for the team if he wins this job and gets the key development from day one at left tackle. And that's it, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Who should be protecting Derek Carr's blind side? Who should be that left tackle starter day one if everybody's healthy coming through training camp? As always, thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's the Blue Tragedy. Send them out.
So one last time, let's make